Hello everybody, my name is Temariaaa, and I feel like my video about my petting zoo is a little outdated. It's been a couple months, and we've definitely had some additions to the petting zoo, so I'm thinking it's time to reintroduce the petting zoo without Google Slides. An update this time from the last time we introduced them, we actually know what order I got all of my titles now. So we will be introducing them in order from the oldest to the youngest that I have adopted. Which means we will be starting with the original 33 and then moving on to the newest ones that I received earlier this year. Beyond just having titles in my barn and pasture, I also have quite a few in my inventory. So we will be jumping between finding them in the pasture and getting them out of my inventory. By far the most glamorous, the very first title I ever got was Trident. Trident is our only wild caught title, and she was the very first event horse I had ever caught. Next up was Spearmint, who is Trident's foal and only daughter, actually. Next up, if we can catch her, here she is, was Shampoo. She was the next addition to our herd. Being the first stallion in the herd, naturally, Triton was born and named. He was adopted, I think, a few minutes after Shampoo, if not a couple hours. This next lovely lady, you guys know her very well. This is Conditioner, Shampoo's twin sister. Yes, they have the same birthday, they're just a few hours apart, and I love them. Before we go visit the next one, I'd like to say the herd initially was mostly mares. We didn't really have any stallions until towards the middle or end of the summer event in 2022, so we will mostly be seeing mares in this video. Our next lovely lady here is OxyClean. She does usually have a stall. However, Mr. Clean is currently in her stall. We are now coming up on the herd's second stallion. I thought he was in the pasture, but I think he's actually in my inventory. That is my bad. Here he is. This is Colgate. He is the second stallion in the herd. The third and fourth stallions in our herd were actually collected the same day. So the first one, this is stallion number 3, I believe, is Magic Eraser. You guys know him pretty well. I call him my carriage title, and he does actually have his own carriage. The boy adopted right after Magic Eraser was, of course, Tapwater. Isn't he so cute? I know he is a fan favorite, so you guys can always see a lot more of him if you come to visit. Next up is our little cutie patootie. This is Dish Soap. He's a little shy. He was actually my first favorite stallion. I have a soft spot for him, which is why he's been the only original member of the pasture for the longest time. Every other horse gets changed in and out. Dish Soap will always be in the pasture. Following up Dish Soap is Fabuloso. She is the first pure mane and tail title that I acquired. Well, she's the first pure mane and tail mare that I acquired. For the longest time, her and Magic Eraser were actually my only pure titles. Many of you know her as the lady in pink. Here is the lovely Kitchen Sink. She is our title that wears all watermelon pink, and she's a love fade. She was adopted right after Fabuloso. She actually just crossed the screen as I finished that clip, but Play-Doh is up next. Oh, we have a lot of little attention seekers in here right now. Here she is. This is Play-Doh. She is our other lovely lady. She is our Valentine's title. I mentioned him a few clips ago, but next up is Mr. Clean. He is the next herd mate. Isn't he adorable? I think he's just so cute. With his little watering can, and I think he might want to go outside. So we might put him in the pasture later. Just 2 stalls down, our next title is Fridge. She was adopted right after Mr. Clean, and you can see why she has her name. She just looks a little cold. Our next lovely lady doesn't really get a lot of love from you guys, but she's here. Oh, come back. Come back. With her little caramel apple, this is Body Wash. She doesn't really want to be seen right now, but I promise you she's very sweet. This lady has had her own fan club since before I even started my channel. A lot of you know her. This is Lemon Pledge. Next up, we have another stallion. He's down here and dressed in neon turquoise. This is Pine Sol. He is one of our favorites, and he's actually been in the barn his entire life. He has been out to the pasture a few times, but I think he prefers it in here. Someone queue up Welcome to the Black Parade, because next up we have Febreze. This little guy doesn't really do much, but he is our first clingy title. Fun fact, all of the other clingy ones were personality swapped to be that way, usually because they were energetic and whatnot. But Febreze is the original mama's boy. He's always been the clingiest little guy imaginable. Most of you guys already know her. You voted her as your favorite community title. Everybody, this is Ziploc, and she is adopted right after Febreze. Ziploc is title number 20. Our next lady is Swiffer. Apparently a lot of you guys just really did not like her when I first showed her. So you don't see her that often, but she's definitely still here, and I love her myself. Apparently most of you don't know this one by name and only know her by hat, which is really funny to me, but this is Kleenex. She is the next mare in the herd, and I love her hat. I gave her the hat as soon as I found it because I just thought it was very fitting for her, and she's had the hat for a year now. It's only been hers, and I got her a little envelope to match it. I think she looks adorable. Right after Kleenex, we have Lysol. He's a little cutie. He's got his little heart boppers. He is also one of my personal favorites. This next herd member, we've had one person, you know who you are, I won't say your name, who's been looking to offer for her constantly, but this is Bathtub. Ooh, hang on, she's a little shy. This is Bathtub, and she is the next mare that we have. Themed for her favorite holiday, Vaseline is our Halloween title. She doesn't have her witch hat yet, but we're hoping to get her one soon. We're also working on getting her some other stuff, but for now, I think she looks so cute. Made of water and lava and filled with rage, next up we have Q-Tip. She's actually also a fan favorite around here, though she doesn't get many visitors. I love her. She's always been one of my favorites, and I got so excited the day I bought her hair dye. That's why I remember her so well. After Q-Tip comes title 27. This little guy is Cascade. I love his dye. He has the deep sea fade, and when I got the hat for him, I knew he had to have it. It's just perfect. He's also got his little mouth rose, and he has been a favorite as of recently. People used to pay him no attention before, but now some people do intentionally seek him out. Next up is another stallion. You'll know him well. He's our little bunny boy. Here he is. This is Hand Soap. He hasn't completed his dye yet, but he wears peach with his little peachy fade. His ears were a gift from somebody who loves him very much, and he was the title I got attached to the most, besides Trident. I used to ride him around all the time, and he still remains one of my favorites. When I'm looking to just ride around on a title that isn't Trident, I usually choose him. This little guy loves Christmas, and he definitely believes in Santa, despite what the claims say. He is, in fact, not Santa. The people who saw him coming down their chimney are hallucinating. This is paper towel. Not... Hang on. Not Santa. Next up, we have our Eepy boy. This is Dishwasher. He's always sleeping. He's always laying down, doing his own little things. He's so eepy. Next up, we have our new mother, Washcloth. Oh, come back. Come back. Come back here. This is Washcloth. She just recently became a mom, so she's figuring stuff out. So yeah. This is Water Bottle, and the rumors are true. He did in fact win his lawsuit against the children that were trying to flip him. I love him. He's so pink. Title 33 of the original 33. This is Nail Polish Remover. You guys have probably seen him quite a few times, but he is a precious little guy, and he plays a very important role here at the North Atlantic Petting Zoo. Gifted to me on stream by somebody who was, at the time, a complete stranger. This is Water Balloon. She is the first title in the last year, I believe, almost a year, to be added to the collection. She marked the entrance of, I think, 7 or 8 new titles to the collection. And honestly, I'm very happy with them, and I love them so much. She really started a trend. Continuing Ziplock's legacy by even wearing her old tack, this is Chlorine. Chlorine is a mare, and she was the 35th title to be added to the collection earlier this year. In such a short amount of time, I think it's kind of crazy that I've gotten so many new ones, being that I've told myself that I would probably never be able to trade for more. And I'm actually really happy to have a few more. After Chlorine, we have our second Forever Full, and actually Trident's son, so Spearmint's little brother. This is Mint Bliss, and he has been wonderful to have in the family. Another one of the more recent additions to the family, this is Sunny D. I traded for him around the start of the summer event, probably days 2 or 3, and I love him. I think his dye fits him. He is also the very first title to have an autumn fade in my collection, and it took a lot of convincing for me to actually give myself the time to go get that fade. I actually skipped the autumn event, and I kind of regret it. If I had a collection of these, so many more horses would have this fade, and I love it. This is Snowdrift, and while not completely dressed in a cool outfit, she's still one of my favorites. We're looking for a dye for her because we aren't sure if we want to keep this dye, though we might end up doing it. She was a gift from somebody, and her previous owner has requested that I keep the name that she was given to me with. Literally the embodiment of just a little guy. We have Sunscreen up next. He has very quickly become, and I know I've said this about a lot of them, but he's very quickly become one of my favorites, and I'm in love with his dye, I'm in love with his tack set, I'm in love with his outfit. He's just perfect. Though never seen before on video until now, I also have Ajax, who is rising the ranks super quickly due to just how cute her outfit is in ranks of my favorites. It's not often that I can deem a title my favorite, being that I have so many, but she is definitely getting there. I just bought her dyes and her life ring yesterday, and I love her. This lady hasn't been given a proper tack set yet, being that she's so new, but this is Hairbrush. Her dye and name were actually chosen by somebody in the community, and we'll probably end up streaming one day and give her a proper outfit. And finally, this little guy, this is Air Fryer. He had to come see his mom washcloth. He's the newest foal, adopted just yesterday. His mother is Washcloth, and she is only the second title to have any foals in the herd. And with that, that concludes the reintroduction of all of the titles in the petting zoo. Do you guys have a favorite? Feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll keep you guys updated in another few months if we get more titles in that time. The petting zoo can now proudly say that we have 42 titles, which is almost a huge change. We've gained 9 in just the course of a few months, and I'm very happy to have them all. The original 33 will obviously stay in my favorites, because I'm the only owner they've ever had, so I'm very, very happy with them. If you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, you know it. Click the bell and turn on notifications. You can always turn them off later, and thank you guys so much. Good morning for now.